Here's the Western Suburbs team, and it's as chosen, but there are changes with Dorothy in at full-back. Smith having moved from wing to centre, and Kane from full-back to wing. We have Reardon in the second row, Gibbs in preference to Young at prop forward, and Day in at hooker for Purcell. In the Canterbury Bankstown team, one change since it was chosen. John Coveney comes into the front row in place of the injured Bill Noonan. Otherwise, the team as chosen, with Steve Mortimer back after injury. West's in possession again. Second row forward, Trevor Reardon.
Well, this is a strange start to a game. I think it's quite, to me, that these players look on edge. It's a key game for both these sides.
And this is Mosley, former Canterbury Bankstown player, playing against his former club, and he's got support moving up there in the form of Giddo, but he's lost it. Now Mortimer with a free kick in West half. Paponis, Mortimer. And on the burst there is the fullback Brentnell. And he's got support coming through. That's Mark Hughes. Close to the line is Gary Hughes, and he'll score. A try by Gary Hughes, a great try. And what a good piece of work by fullback Brentnell.
Michael was wearing the Western Suburbs.
Day, Rolls, Smith. Still on the quarter line. Good defence from Canterbury. West have, as yet, has not made ground. Away to Rhodonicus, Donnelly. And the tackle again is still affected on the quarter line. Day, back to Rolls. He's inside the quarter. This is Foster. Out now to the centre. Giddo, and inside to O'Grady. That's a long one to Reardon. Back then to Dorothy. Picked up by Rhodonicus. Out to Donnelly. And the long one, out to Kane, and he's got Smith outside of him. That's Smith on the wing now for Western Suburbs. His pass has gone to ground. Picked up by Donnelly, and now it's Rolls. On again, but there's a knock on there. Yes, the whistle has gone from by Donnelly. Day again at dummy half. Rhodonicus, Foster. Foster just inside the quarter. Rhodonicus, Rolls, O'Grady. Gibbs on the quarter line. Back to Dorothy. And he'll stand in the tackle. Smith has it now. Out to O'Grady, but West have lost a bit of ground. O'Grady makes ground, though. Inside the quarter, and Mosley has dropped it. Canterbury in possession now. Brentnell, the fullback, has it. The penalty was awarded to West, and here's the free kick. Foster backing up. Just over the halfway line. Good run by Foster. And it's because Canterbury have won the scrums 4-1. Now from Day, it's gone to Giddo. Giddo back close to the halfway line. Day, Rhodonicus, and through Rolls to O'Grady. Smith over the halfway line. He's got Kane coming with him. Inside the quarter line, good run by Smith, and now it's Reardon, and Reardon's over. What a great try by Western Suburbs. Reardon in for the try, and that makes it 9 points to 5 in favour of Western Suburbs.
He's very upset at the moment.
That's a Canterbury ball from the scrum. Through pick-up, it's gone to Mark Hughes. Good run by Hughes, up to the halfway line. Dorothy the tackler, but he's not held.
Line of attack and moving up in that straight line. They're running sideways and giving Western Suburbs the opportunity to clear this ball from the ruck.
Rhodonicus, and away to Reardon, not far from the halfway line. From Day to Rolls, and the big fellow Gibbs through the tackle, and this is Smith again, and he's got good pace, Smith. He's inside the quarter line, he's beaten the fullback. But that won't beat the winger Kane, or Gearin at least. But it's now knocked on by Western Suburbs. Very close to the line, and Brentnell is under the loose ball.
Well, that's great. Good and bad football from Western Suburbs. Smith, once again, he's a great centre three-quarter. He's having a big game here today, but once again appeared to be lost. He's sort of running sideways, wasn't too sure just what to do when they had the line wide open. A bad pass, did see the Western Suburbs players knock the ball on, and once again Canterbury were lucky not to have a try scored against them.
Coveney trying to force the play away from the Canterbury end of the field. From Paponis to Gary Hughes, and out wide that's Brentnell, and now Gearin, O'Grady after him in cover defence. Good bit of work by Gearin. Dorahy getting back to cover this for Western Suburbs. Dorahy in possession, held by 11-5 as Mortimer plays the ball. And nobody looking for that pass. Now from Gary Hughes to Mark Hughes. And he's made good ground. Up to the quarter line. Paponis. And Mortimer had overrun it. Paponis trying to push the ball straight to Mortimer. Rodonicus feeds this scrum, and that's a worse ball. And through O'Grady to Rolls. Not a good pass out to the centres. Picked up by Gitto. 10 metres from halfway. West 11 leading Canterbury Bankstown 5. Another loose pass, and it's Mosley in possession. The tackle count restarts. It was touched by Canterbury. Now O'Grady into Dorahy. 10 metres in Canterbury's half. Rodonicus, Donnelly, Reardon. Solid tackle from Coveney and Stevens. Now Rodonicus going to the blind side. Away to Rolls and inside Dorahy. Almost to the quarter line. Rodonicus and away to Gibbs. Picked up there by O'Grady. Nicely picked up too. And this is Smith inside the quarter, and he's got support, but he's going to score himself. Smith is in for a good try for Western Suburbs, and that makes it 14 points to 5.
Well, Western Suburbs all over Canterbury at this stage.
Charlton, Mortimer, Charlton and back to Mortimer. Gary Hughes, and that's a floating one to Dowling. And good work, Dowling. Almost to the halfway line. Great tackle by O'Grady for West. Mortimer at dummy half. Pick up. Mark Hughes. On the halfway line. Got it back to Stevens. And now pick up. And Gary Hughes. And look at that West defence swarming all over Canterbury. Mortimer. Away to Graham Hughes. And now Dowling on the wing. Back in field to Mortimer. Mortimer makes ground, and backing up was Graham Hughes. He's out of the tackle. He's got Paponis with him. This is Paponis, and Paponis must score. It's a try by Canterbury, and that makes it 16 points to 8.
It's a very timely try there for Canterbury, because this game is well and truly out of their grasp.
It's a Dorahy kick-off for Western Suburbs, a short one. Graham Hughes on the run, can't pick it up. That's a kick through by Rodonicus, and he's going to score if he can pick it up. It's a try! A try from the kick-off by Tom Rodonicus, and that makes it 19 points to 10. Made ground in that run. Now way to pick up. Gary Hughes, Graham Hughes, and Bretnell. Solid tackle from O'Grady. Not a big man. Very small, as a matter of fact, for a lock forward, Graham O'Grady. Now this is pick up. And another solid tackle. Western Suburbs are certain. Paponis and Graham Hughes inside. It's Dowling on the burst inside the quarter line. Dowling's only about 15 metres out from the line. Paponis waiting at dummy half. On to Gary Hughes. Pick up. Mortimer keeping it moving outfield, and it's kicked through by Kane, and he's got it. Kane down towards the halfway line, and backing up is Smith, and Mortimer are there in cover defence. Great tackle by Mortimer on the quarter line in Canterbury's half. Back it comes now. Mortimer trying to kick it through on the play. The ball will be penalised. Paponis to take the free kick. Charlton 10 metres off the line. Charlton to play it for Canterbury. And Paponis is at dummy half. Paponis, Coveney, taking play a little closer to the line, but not very much. Paponis, Graham Hughes, reverse to Mark Hughes, and he's still 7 or 8 metres out from the line. Paponis from dummy half, and he's almost in. He's over. A try by Paponis from dummy half, and it's 19 points to 13.
Well, George, Paponis certainly playing
A captain to Canterbury's half. So it's West back in possession. 19 points to 15 the scores in favour of Western Suburbs. This is Rodonicus. And that's a solid tackle on the little Western Suburbs scrum down by Gibbs in that tackle. Now it's Paponis. And away to Hughes. Now to Graham Hughes. And out to pick up. Pick up near the touchline. Trying to stay in field. Does so. We'll play it back now. From Cutler to Gary Hughes. And through Mortimer, it's gone to Mark Hughes. And there's a gap there. Mark Hughes has got support as he runs up towards the halfway line. Back to Mortimer. And on to Gary Hughes. But he's passed it to Gitto of Western Suburbs. And the quick tap penalty taken by Britnell. On to Gary Hughes. And that pass seemed to float forward, but it's play on from Mortimer to Cutler. And Cutler close to the halfway line. Can Canterbury pull this one out? Trailing by 4 points and in possession on the halfway line. Gary Hughes taking the tackle. We're inside the last minute. Not much more than 30 seconds of playing time left, and it's Western Suburbs 19, Canterbury 15. From Graham Hughes, it goes to Robinson, and he's over the halfway line. Eventually forced down in a good low tackle from O'Grady. Played back and on to pick up. Graham Hughes, Mortimer, the danger man for Western Suburbs, and now it's Cutler, and the high kick, but it's gone across field. Plenty of Canterbury players out there. Britnell has put it down. Coden is offside, and he kicked the ball in an offside position, and the penalty has gone to Western Suburbs.
Well, what an exciting finish to this game. It's been a tough, tight match right through, and Canterbury, well, if Cutler hadn't have kicked that ball, who knows? Canterbury were moving up amongst the Western Suburbs defence, and West were hanging on. They're hanging on for dear life in this match. Only 4 points the difference. Canterbury throwing everything at them. And
time is up. The hooter will sound, I'm sure, as soon as the ball goes dead. Time is up with Western Suburbs leading by 19 to 15. Dorahy takes the tackle, and there's the hooter. It's all over. Western Suburbs has beaten Canterbury Bankstown by 19 points to 15. And what a great game. The scrums, 11-10 in favour of Canterbury. The penalties 8 all, so nothing in that. 3 tries to Western Suburbs, scored by Reardon, Smith and Rodonicus, and Rolls kicked 5 goals. For Western Suburbs, for Canterbury, 3 tries to Gary Hughes, and 1 and 2 to Paponis, and Gearan kicked 3 goals. Western Suburbs 19, Canterbury Bankstown 15.